Cartridges are evolving faster than ever, and 2025's lineup proves it. We're seeing a major shift towards smarter, more specialized ammo, rounds designed to hit harder from shorter barrels, carry energy further, or stay legal in lead-restricted zones. That's not just tech for tech's sake. It's about solving real shooter problems. Whether you're deep in the backcountry, ringing steel from a mile out, or building the ultimate suppressed AR, this new wave of calibers is changing how we think about performance and platform compatibility. Even with ammo prices still making wallets weep, innovation hasn't slowed. Companies are stepping up with rounds that punch above their weight class, often in lighter, more compact rifles. Some of these new chamberings already have cult followings, others are just getting warmed up. Either way, if you're still rocking the same loadout from 5 years ago, it might be time for a hard look at what's next. Let's break down the 7 newest calibers in 2025 you actually need to know about. Alright, we're kicking off this countdown with a caliber that doesn't just walk the long-range walk, it straight up owns the range. The 300 PRC precision rifle cartridge might not be hot off the press in 2025, but this is the year it's really making its mark. Built by Hornady for shooters who demand extreme precision without the compromise of old-school magnums, the 300 PRC is your go-to if you're serious about stretching your shots way to way out. It's based on the 375 Ruger case, necked down to .30 caliber, which means it can seat long, high ballistic coefficient bullets without the awkward jump issues you get in 300 Win Mag. You're sending 212 to 225 grain projectiles downrange at 28 to 2900 feet per second, and doing it with a case designed for consistency and efficiency. This round was built to live in the sweet spot between too much recoil and not enough reach. And it nails it. Barrel life? It's a step up from the overbore beasts like the 30 Nosler or 300 RUM, meaning you won't be torching a throat every few hundred rounds. And as for recoil, it's got some kick. Sure, but throw on a good brake or suppressor and run it in a heavier rifle, and it becomes totally manageable. Not exactly a kitten, but it won't beat you up like the bigger boomers do. It's not a gentle push, but it's far from punishing. And when it comes to real-world accuracy, you'll see tight groups at 1,000 yards and consistent impacts at a mile if you do your part. Downsides? It's still a niche round, so don't expect to grab cheap factory ammo at every sporting goods store. You'll likely be loading your own or paying premium prices. But for serious long-range shooters, precision hunters, or anyone tired of the old 300 Win Mag compromises, the 300 PRC might just be the future you've been waiting for. Now we're getting into serious AR territory. The 6mm Max is one of the most intriguing new calibers of the year, not because it breaks records, but because it might have finally cracked the code for maximum AR-15 performance without the usual trade-offs. This round was designed to live comfortably inside the AR-15 footprint while delivering ballistics that punch way above 5.56. It's based on the 350 Legend case and uses a standard .378 bolt face, which means no exotic bolt swaps or high-stress parts prone to failure. You're launching 90-grain bullets at around 2,900 feet per second, generating over 1,600 foot-pounds of muzzle energy. That's more than enough for steel at 800 yards or dropping mid-size game cleanly, and it flies flatter and drifts less in the wind compared to 5.56 or even some 6.5 Grendel setups. This round stands out in the DMR space. If you're running competitions or just like to push your AR farther than usual, the 6mm Max gives you that critical edge. It hits hard, recoils soft, and keeps your follow-ups fast. Shooters who've tested it out say it behaves like a 6mm Creedmoor's little cousin, sharp, precise, and surprisingly easy to handle. There are a few caveats. Since it's based on the 350 Legend concept, you'll need dedicated mags and an upper built for the round. Ammo is still limited, and reloading might be your best bet if you plan to run it hard. But that's the case with most promising new AR cartridges. The 6mm Max isn't just another flavor-of-the-month experiment. It solves real-world issues in AR reliability and ballistic performance. And it might just be the new gold standard for shooters who want reach without the bulk of an AR-10. Sliding into the 5th spot is one of the most balanced and overlooked rounds out there, the 25 Creedmoor. This cartridge takes the proven 6.5 Creedmoor case and necks it down to .257 caliber, creating a flat-shooting, mild recoiling hybrid that checks a lot of boxes for hunters and competition shooters alike. It started as a wildcat, but now it's catching serious traction thanks to its sweet spot performance. Firing a 131-grain bullet at roughly 2,850 feet per second, it bridges the gap between the 6mm and 6.5 Creedmoor beautifully. Compared to the 6mm, it offers better barrel life and more forgiving throat erosion. Compared to the 6.5, it delivers a touch less recoil while still maintaining similar ballistic efficiency. It's the kind of cartridge that lets you spot your own impacts and stay on target without losing effectiveness downrange. What holds it back is the lack of official SAAMI approval. That means factory ammo is scarce, and most shooters diving into the 25 Creedmoor world are rolling their own. Handloaders will appreciate the growing bullet selection, with Berger and Hornady both offering high BC 257 projectiles that make this round a real performer past 1,000 yards. For hunters chasing whitetail or pronghorn, it delivers ethical energy with minimal recoil. And for the precision crowd, it's a smooth operating tack driver. The 25 Creedmoor isn't yet a household name, but it's knocking on the door. With the right push from rifle manufacturers and ammo makers, this round has the chops to be the next big Creed family success story. It's fast, efficient, and built for those who want performance without punishment. This one's a sleeper hit that's got suppressor lovers and big-bore fans paying serious attention. The 338 ARC is Hornady's latest curveball, and it hits like a wrecking ball inside an AR-15 package, built off the same playbook as the 6mm ARC. This new round cranks things up to .338 caliber, without forcing you into the heavier AR-10 platform. That's right, full-size energy in a standard AR-15. Let that sink in. You can run massive 307-grain subsonic bullets for quiet, heavy hits, or switch to 175-grain supersonics for flatter shots with solid reach. Whether you're clearing hogs in thick brush or ringing steel in a suppressed DMR setup, the versatility here is legit. Subsonics sit right around 1,050 feet per second, but with that bullet weight, you're bringing way more punch than 300 Blackout ever dreamed of. Think of it as the grown-up version, heavier, smarter, and way more capable. Compared to the 8.6 Blackout, which requires AR-10s and heavier builds, the 338 ARC gives you better handling, lighter rifles, and access to more standard parts. That's a big win for shooters who don't want to overhaul their entire setup. You'll still need a new bolt, compatible mags, and a suppressor that can handle 338. So it's not plug and play, but it's close. Accuracy reports are solid, and cycling is reliable. This isn't just some backyard wildcat. It's a properly thought-out cartridge with real-world potential. It's early days, so ammo and factory support are limited. But if the industry leans in, this could become the heavy-hitting suppressed AR round. For folks who love quiet devastation in a manageable platform, the 338 ARC is something special. It's not mainstream yet, but it's got all the makings of the next big thumper. This round is straight out of the future, and it's not just marketing fluff. SIG's 277 Fury is one of the boldest innovations to hit the ammo world in years, and 2025 is the year it finally started carving out real space in the civilian market. Originally built for military use, the Fury's claim to fame is its hybrid case design, part brass, part stainless steel, and all about pressure. This beast is designed to handle an insane 80,000 psi, levels that would grenade a traditional case. That means you're pushing a 135-grain bullet up near 3,000 feet per second from a 16-inch barrel. Magnum performance in a short, maneuverable package. That's the dream for anyone who needs compact power. Whether it's backcountry hunters hiking deep into rugged terrain or operators clearing rooms with serious authority, you're getting 270 energy with AR-style handling. That's not just clever engineering, it's battlefield-grade thinking repackaged for the rest of us. Now, let's talk reality. You can't just toss a Fury round into your old 308 bolt gun. You'll need a rifle designed to take that kind of pressure. Like SIG's MCX Spear, ammo is still limited and pricey, and reloading it is a whole different animal thanks to the steel base. It's not exactly weekend hobby friendly just yet. Still, for those willing to jump in early, the .277 Fury offers something no other civilian round does right now: extreme performance in a tight, lightweight package. It may not be easy or cheap, but it's a peek into the future of cartridge design, and it's already here. Whether you're running tactical drills or hiking for elk, this round brings heat in ways traditional ammo just can't touch. Next up, we have the 7mm Backcountry. This one comes out swinging like it's got something to prove, and frankly, it does. The 7mm Backcountry is Federal's answer to every hunter and shooter who's ever said, "I want Magnum performance without carrying a steel railroad tie on my shoulder." And what they cooked up is straight up wild. A brand new case made from something called peak alloy, designed to handle pressures up to 80,000 psi. That's right, 80,000 psi. We're entering science experiment territory here. But the results speak for themselves. Launching a 170-grain bullet from a 20-inch barrel at over 3,000 feet per second, the 7mm Backcountry delivers serious knockdown power from a short, lightweight rifle. And this isn't theoretical. Shooters have dropped hogs and elk at over 1,400 yards using this round, and they're doing it with precision. For backcountry hunters, it means one thing: less rifle, more reach. It also fits standard-length actions and feeds from classic BDL-style magazines, which means more capacity and fewer headaches. Compared to something like the 7mm PRC, the Backcountry is lighter, faster, and built for suppressed setups where you want a short barrel but don't want to give up velocity. Now, it's not everywhere yet. You're not grabbing this off the local shelf tomorrow. But Federal already has 5 factory loads in the pipeline, including a 175-grain fusion tipped that's reportedly stacking holes in test rifles. As for durability, that peak alloy case helps contain all that pressure without shredding your bolt or chamber. If you're chasing elk through steep ridges or want a precision rig that won't snap your spine, this round is the upgrade you didn't know you needed. Federal didn't just make a new 7mm, they reinvented what backcountry ballistics look like. Topping the list is the rimfire revolution you didn't ask for. But now that it's here, it makes a whole lot of sense. Meet the .21 Sharp, Winchester's answer to the age-old problem with .22 LR in a modern world: lead restrictions and subpar performance from non-lead ammo. The .22 LR might be America's plinker-in-chief, but in states like California, where lead's a no-go, you're stuck with rounds that just don't shoot right. Winchester said enough is enough and built something better. The .21 Sharp ditches the old-school heel-based design and gives us a full diameter, lead-free bullet that flies straighter, hits harder, and cleans up better. We're talking 25-grain copper matrix rounds hitting 1,750 feet per second, and 34-grain JHPs cruising at 1,500. That's rimfire velocity with small game terminal performance that actually delivers. People are smacking varmints at 150 yards with this thing, and doing it with shocking accuracy. Early adopters say it's no gimmick. Sure, it doesn't have that nostalgic .22 LR feel, and no, it's not ready to replace every rimfire on the shelf. But if you're dealing with lead bands or just want a cleaner, more consistent rimfire experience, the .21 Sharp is built for you. Right now, rifles are limited to Winchester and Savage, but momentum is growing. The hunting and training communities are already talking, and when folks start choosing this over .22 LR for serious small game work, you know something's changing. This cartridge doesn't just solve a regulatory problem, it turns it into a performance upgrade. It's smarter, more accurate, and it might just become the new go-to for rimfire shooters who expect more from their gear. There you have it, 7 of the freshest, boldest calibers to hit the scene in 2025. Whether you're into suppressed AR builds, hunting deep in no man's land, or pinging steel at distances that turn scopes into telescopes, there's a round on this list that changes the game. These aren't just new, they're purpose-built for the way we shoot today. And if you're not already curious about at least one of them, you might need to check your pulse. So, what's your pick? Drop it in the comments. Let the caliber war begin, and don't forget to like, sub, and share this with your trigger-happy crew.